Make me sweat, make me harder.
Do the dance too.
No, that's too much. That's too much.
All right. So before we get into the details, I just gonna do a quick icebreaker with you, and I want you to tell me. We're going to do song associations. I'm going to give you words. You're a DJ of all genres according to your SoundCloud.
True.
So you should know everything. You should
Everything.
know a song for every word. And I'm gonna start with water.
Tyler Water.
What?
Tyler Water.
You have to sing it.
Oh wow, you want me to sing? Alright. Make me sweat, make me harder.
Do the dance too.
No, that's too much. That's too much.
Yeah, she got nominated for a Grammy. Also,
Oh, she did?
yeah, I was watching it on the Jennifer Hudson show, and she was saying, and she was showing Jennifer Hudson how to do it and things.
Oh, really? Yeah,
So-
she's had a hell of a year.
Yes,
still, off that
for
song.
a new artist. Yeah,
For sure.
And while we're on that, I want you to tell me what's your favorite genre of music. You know, as a DJ, you probably don't have a favorite, but
Yeah, for me, it's kind of hard to say one favorite genre, to be honest.
or what do you like?
But I grew up on R&B, which
Oh,
is
wow.
why I think I play it so well.
Mm-hmm.
And that was part of the, like, in terms of the whole girl named DJ, you know, because R&B has so much soul.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, and then it just transcends across a lot of genres, you know, that entire soul. So yeah, I'd say R&B more than likely.
All right. The next word I have for you is dance. Easy word.
Oh wow, dance, dancing, everything.
Mm.
The first thing come to mind is all the RDX. Back in the day, yeah, everybody just dance. They probably don't remember that. They probably don't-
Dance, free up yourself.
Yeah.
No, that's a different song.
No,
Dance,
it's the same one.
dance,
It's the same one.
dance.
Free up.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
All right, yeah, let us just say RDX was one of the greatest of that time. When it comes to
sure.
like dance music, like I have
sure.
never been to a fair day and not heard an RDX song when I was growing up.
So, yeah, RDX
so-
never missing them time.
Big up that.
Never
All
missing
right,
them
I
time.
want my next word is very easy as well. It's love.
Keisha Cole, Love. Am I gonna sing that?
Yes,
Boy,
you
can't
are.
Can't catch them notes right now. What?
That's not love. That's no. Who
Nah,
sing that though?
Keisha Cole. I used to think that I wasn't found.
All right. Oh, I wasn't even thinking. You sing.
No, not really. But I mean, as a DJ, we learn to
By the way,
catch keys and them things.
you don't look like your first name at all.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I asked my parents about it, and one of them said them just piece one part.
Oh, so it's
Next
two
recipe.
parents. Oh, so your
Yeah,
parents
yeah.
are and
Yeah.
oh,
So
because
just
I was
piece.
wondering how, like,
Yeah,
like they
I-
probably thought you were going to be a 9 to 5 guy, sitting on one day. So like that would
I
fit
mean,
a corporate
I
guy.
feel like I almost became that person. You know, going to college, you know, at UE at the time. I never know I want to be a DJ.
Yeah.
I was just doing what, you know, parents say, you must go to school, you must get your degree, whatever the case is.
Yeah,
And then
education is the key to success.
education
kind
is
of
the
vibe.
key, yeah. And then, I mean, music just kind of found me, in a sense, you know. I remember it was really my cousin who was interested in DJing. And he was the one who introduced me to virtual DJ.
Oh, nice.
And then I just
that's the
started...
app?
Yeah.
I think the application.
blue,
on it.
yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah. And then I just started fooling around with it, and then the rest is history.
Awesome. All right. So I want you to tell me, like, growing up, what did you want to become? So when you were going to UE, what did you want to become?
All right. When I was younger, firstly, I wanted to be a doctor. For so many reasons. I don't even like blood like that.
Scientist.
You know what I
Or
mean?
blood.
Yeah, and just certain things that just couldn't work with me, you know what I mean? High school, now I realized I'm good at business, you know? Decided that I would have done some either.
Wait, do you feel like business is everybody's fallback?
It's like a safe...
Yeah, like,
It's a, and I mean, the finance industry overall is one of the largest. So,
that's true.
to be honest, you get a degree in business, you can work in. Look how many banks are around the place. Look how many,
That's true.
Everybody has an accounting department.
That's true.
Everybody, you know. So it's just an easy field to fall into. So it's a safe fallback, you know.
Okay. So yeah, when I said fallback, I never meant like it was a bad thing, but I
Oh
just
no,
feel
no,
like
no, I get you.
it's just there, like a,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
a safety net per
For
se.
sure, for
Mhm.
sure, for sure, for sure.
And then,
Yeah, so I was leaning towards like accounting and all of that. I'm really good with numbers. So, you know, that was where I said I'd lean towards. So, because my degree was in management studies, which is
wow,
basically a compilation of.
yeah, that was my minor actually.
That was your minor?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, so you have a good understanding of that. You know, you get a touch of everything econ, accounts,
Yeah, it
business,
does.
marketing. So I was like, you know, I could fall into any area after school or whatever, you know. And then while at you know, this music thing just, at the time, I didn't know what it would become, but I was just doing it every day.
That's a
When,
virtual DJ thing.
yeah, that's a virtual DJ thing. Doing that for months, and then, you know, you had the students union, you had integration on a
Integration
Thursday.
Thursdays.
So over by the spot, I would get my console.
Oh, spot.
I used no, I saw you. I used to be inside the spot. You know where
Okay,
they
yeah,
sell
yeah.
food.
Yeah, I know.
And I would have set up my laptop and console, and I'd be playing music in there.
Oh, wow.
To the point where,
Pro bono.
yeah, when integration going on, people still inside
Oh,
listening to me
wow.
play.
I never say, yeah,
at the
man,
spot, you know.
something
So
wrong.
yeah,
Competition.
so until the people now who keep integration are like, yo, this is starting to become a problem.
Yeah, this is an
Because,
issue.
yeah, because you holding your own thing now, and people they want people to come out.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's how I got their attention, and then started working at integration, and then
No longer pro bono.
no longer pro
Yes,
bono,
man, boss.
Yeah.
Man, make it.
you know, little by little, and then we just continued, you know, kept the momentum going, and became the lengthy that you see right now.
Name. How did you come up with that?
Ah,
So when we were talking the other day, you made a distinction. You made it clear, distinctively clear, that you're not DJ Laing, but you're Laing D, the DJ.
Lengthy the DJ, right? Because
Tell me how that name came up.
all right, so as you know, Leng is the real name.
Yeah, the
the
last name.
And all right, so football is my life too, right? So when I was at Champion,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm telling you,
yeah.
this was not your life. Your parents did not envision this for you at all, bro.
I promise you. Even up to just recently, it's just now my parents started to accept
Wow, wow.
that this is what I do full time, you know. But when I was at Champion, I used to emulate Ronaldinho.
Oh, D, Ronald
yeah,
D.
so
Oh.
my brethren used to call me Lengdini.
Oh.
And then I was like, well, Lengdini sound
Weird.
it's so weird for DJ, like
Yeah.
Houdini or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, you know, I just chop it off and I said Lengdi. And also at the time,
You were a DJ.
yeah, I big up Heavy D.
Oh, Heavy D Chromatic.
Yeah, Heavy D went to Champion too. I did.
You realize Champion and I did have like
Yeah, man. In terms
all of the music people, DJs and all that.
On a whole,
Yeah,
Champion
yeah,
and
definitely.
for sure. So I did rate Heavy D at the time, and I was like, you know, it sound like a good fit. We just work with Lengdi. Why I don't say DJ? I started with that thing.
DJ Lang D.
Right, but at some point I was like, you know what? I don't want to be boxed into just DJing. So suppose I want to go into producing.
Yeah, your brand is
Or no,
Lang D.
The brand is Lengdi.
Oh,
So I
okay.
did that specifically for that.
So you can be Lang D the producer.
Yeah, Lengdi
Lang D
the anything.
Lengdi
Lengdi is the brand.
That's cool.
You
That's
know?
cool.
So you can
That's
get
cool.
anything from that. You know?
Alright, tell me about your years at Campion. Like, what was school? What was school like for you? Like, what was your high school like growing up? Where you were the nerd, you were the cool kid. I mean, I don't know if Campion has cool kids, but I'm kidding.
Nah,
All my friends out of Campion. I'm kidding.
All right, so at Campion, I'm not gonna lie, I was a troublemaker at Campion. Yeah. Yeah, anybody who live at Campion can definitely testify to that.
I'll probably ask Monique and Karian.
Yeah, you can ask them, you know. I mean,
Probably your year group. Karian Purcell.
I'm not sure the name, but I mean, Campion was cool. I wouldn't say I was one of the cool kids, but I was like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You know, play sports and all of that. Like I said, would I get trouble here and there, and the dean's
Parents have
office,
come in. Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
detention, the merit, all of that. You know what I mean? But I mean, we'll find our way after a while.
Yeah, I think that's everybody in high school.
Yeah. You know, you just go through your stages in life.
And
just
like the first
everybody
year
else.
in college,
Facts.
finding yourself. Some people will last longer than the first year, but yeah, that's a finding yourself period.
Yeah.
Alright, so you become a DJ at Integration. Thursdays at UE. You're graduating. You're leaving UE now. What next?
All right. So when I left you, it was straight music. I didn't even want to work a 9 to 5. I said to my parents, "Yo, yeah, the money not coming in right now, but
But
this
it's
is
gonna.
this is where my passion is. This is where my passion lies. And for every creative too, every entrepreneur doing it, it might sound cliche, but it's cliche for a reason. Follow your passion. Follow your passion. That is gonna take you.
If you do what you love,
Yeah.
you never work a day
You
in your
never
life.
work a day in your life. And I mean, that's what just kept me through everything. Because when you love what you do, you're gonna wake up every day and do it, regardless. And it's just that type of commitment, that allowed me to see certain benefits right now. So yeah, when I left UE, started doing 1 and 2 events. Big up drifters.
Drifters events.
Always have to big up drifters. They were one of the first people who say, "Yo, Laing take on the road." So with their events now, like mugs and plush.
Sway with them.
Yeah, man, sway with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like their resident DJ. So when they have I don't know if you remember plush.
Yes.
And by club privilege.
Never
there's no
been
longer there.
because I'm a Christian, but I've heard about it.
Yeah. All of those events, I was a resident. So they played an integral role in really getting Langley out there now. Start to build a name and all of that.
That's thing there too. Spalling.
Spalding, yeah. Spalding, Brad,
Swaby.
Swaby, all of them, Spugs, who's not a part of it anymore, but
Yeah.
that entire team. And I mean, I just kept at it. I've done a few 9 to 5s in between.
Oh, like what? Bank?
Yeah. Have I worked at a bank? No. But I worked at just around the road, First Union Financial, right here.
Oh,
Right.
like the front desk guy?
No, I worked in customer service there.
Also on the phone or
Yeah, man.
face to face?
No, on the phone.
Okay.
Back to back.
Alright, tell me your answer. Like when the people them call it, we say.
Yeah, I still remember the script pulling up.
Oh.
Yes, thank you for calling First Union Financial Union Express. Speaking with Daniel from the assist. After that, every single.
I heard customer call you now. Not seeing the money in my account. What's happening? Calm down. How do you calm down the person? I'm just asking.
Just the way I do now. First of all, you speak calmly.
Yeah.
You don't meet fire with fire.
Yeah.
So somebody starts shouting, you keep that calm tone. Eventually, they're gonna come down to your level, and you just let them know that, yo, okay, this is the situation. We're gonna do our best to address it, and just make them feel comfortable that you have their best interests at heart. And, yeah.
How has that experience, customer service helped you in life?
Oh,
Like real life?
for sure.
The whole not fighting fire with fire vibe.
I personally believe that your soft skills take you so far, no matter what profession you're in. And I feel like because of that, it allowed me to have a lot of good relationships with a lot of people in the business, and it leads to longevity.
Helps networking too.
Definitely. Yeah, so I've been able to have good business relationships and personal relationships with people for years now in the business, And like I say, just lead to that continuity and the longevity, which is important for me, Yeah, for sure.
What do you think are some of the greatest challenges that you face?
As a DJ?
Yeah. As a DJ.
All right. One of the greatest challenges I would say is in the early stages, funding. If you're doing music full time, you spend so much of your earlier years reinvesting. So a lot of the early days, you don't see a lot of the revenue as profit.
No ROI?
No, nope. None of that. The money comes in, the money goes out. Laptop, console, headphones, recording equipment, your brand, your gears. As you can see me in a Laing shirt now, I have maybe 40 of these.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you don't have normal shirts?
Yeah, I do, but I'm like, yo, why not wear my own after all?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So there's just so much reinvestment in the early phases and stages. Outside of that, another major challenge I would say is just like every other business, getting your name and brand out there. There's a DJ on every corner.
That is true.
Like what do you do now
To differentiate.
to differentiate? What's your selling point?
USP.
Yeah. So
Management selling.
yeah. So those would have been like two of the main things I'd say.
Funding and
Funding and just networking, marketing, getting the name out there. There are a whole lot of politics in the business. So I can't ever speak on it.
Yeah,
I promise you,
obviously.
there's a whole lot of politics. So those are the main things for me, I'd say.
Alright. Challenges as a person now. Like probably personal challenges. Not going to personal, but you know what I mean, like other challenges.
Personal challenges.
That would probably affect the whole bigger picture, broader picture, which is you being a DJ or whatever. But like for example, you said your parents just accepted the whole DJ thing the other day. Yeah. When you told them you were going to do that full time, what was their response?
You're crazy. That's my mother. You're crazy. Just like that. He's like
champion, you
just like that. We say they go to the best school and spend so much money on it. You want to become a DJ. It's like they don't play in it. They don't see the value in it. They don't see the skill set. They don't see the time, the analysis, the research, all of that's done. It's just like, oh, you just want to go out at night time and just
and a party with girl and
yeah, drink liquor and just live some kind of reckless life. You know. So that was definitely a challenge mentally in terms of just pushing through. Because not everybody can manage that.
Yeah, that's true. Because a lot of people, their parents are their main
support.
Yeah, their main support or main source of information. Like my mom says, yo, don't do this. It's gonna affect me heavily because hey, my mother said this is bad. I'm gonna start rethinking, saying what else can I do or whatever. But it's all about following your passion, as you said. So your response to them would have been,
I mean, my response was, it's gonna work. Just give me some time. And you know, I was living with my parents at the time. So when you get in that kind of pressure at home,
that's true.
Home don't even feel like home.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd never talk because anything I say now, I'd say to them.
Yeah, I feel.
I've done interviews before where I'm explicit about it. I'm like, yo, I just did not get that support.
Initially,
you know, but that's definitely a major mental challenge.
And I can understand that because there is a generational gap.
Yeah.
So there is a new wave now where creatives are like, being a creative is like a full-time job. Like back in the past, if somebody said, oh, I'm a photographer, it's just, oh, so what's your real job?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a DJ. So what do you do? What pays the bills? Like, what makes you money? Like initially, like in the past. But like persons who are older, because in their head, as you said, you go to school, you go get a job, you have something that is sustainable. Because you're thinking now, family, long term, how are you going to support your kids? And a photographer can't support a family initially. But then we spoke earlier about creating it and turning it into a business, like being an entrepreneur. So I'm not just a photographer who goes and takes photos at random events. This is my business. I am Dre Photo Designs or etc. I'm Laing. Like this is my brand. So how far do you think we have come as a society in terms of like understanding that persons are stepping outside of the box that we have been put in to say, hey, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna become a doctor. And no shame to persons who want to do that, because persons who know me know that I kind of lean towards corporate. I'm a corporate guy. Like I do the YouTube and I do all of this, but I kind of do like the idea of solidarity, like knowing, say, at the end of the month on the 25th, I'm gonna get paid.
You have that comfort, you know, that safety net.
Exactly. And that's okay for a person to have that, but how far do you think we have come as a society in terms of, I know there are persons who will never change, but how far do you think the curve is now in terms of persons accepting?
Well, collectively, I would say that we've come a far way, you know? I feel like we have many successful people who are not doing it the traditional way. And those people are a testament that it's possible. So I feel like, and even with COVID, I feel like COVID shifted a whole lot.
I think it happened for a reason.
I definitely feel it happened for a reason. So even people working from home now, there were a lot of norms that we didn't accept before. You know, with all of the micromanagement and feeling like
you have to
be over it. No, realize that people can work on their own initiative.
And sometimes better.
For sure, because you feel more at ease. You're in your own space. You're in your own space. You're able to work. You're able to, rest when you need to. and you're just able to be your best self, you know, in a productive way. So I would say that overall, we've definitely come a far way, you know.
But we have far to go.
We definitely still have far to go, and I feel like as creatives, we owe it to ourselves to also respect the business and show, you know, the traditional people.
Yeah, like
Yo,
prove them wrong.
Prove them wrong. You know, because it's something that I speak about all the time where we have to take the blame sometimes because we don't sell ourselves as a legitimate business, which is why
We joke
banks
it out,
find it
joke out
hard
the
to
thing.
give us loans, etc. Because yeah, you say you take pictures or you do videos or you play music, but where's the business from?
Yeah, what's end goal? Like
Well,
you just
yeah,
do
yeah.
this,
No,
well,
yeah.
live hand to mouth or
Where's the
whatever.
and even though I speak about the business side, where's the contract? Where's the invoice? These are basic business elements and principles, which
Like
is
how
what
do I know how
school.
much money you've been making
Exactly.
or
How do
whatever?
I know how much you've been making? Where's your gross revenue? Where is it? What's your net profit?
Alright, management studies.
No, but you see, that's why school is important too.
Yeah, I was coming to that to ask you.
School is definitely important too. You don't have to get a degree, but you should have a basic understanding of business and just know how things work so that you can represent yourself when you want to do your own thing. You know? Yeah.
So, which is I always say to people, like creatives or just other persons, athletes or whatever, I always suggest or promote the fact that having an education is always good as a backup. So as you said, you don't have to get a full bachelor's degree, but a couple courses in business management or something, because anything can happen. You're an athlete, you can get injured. You're not going to win every day. You're not going to be winning all the years of your life. So it's good to have something to fall back on, and not to sound harsh, but 100% of persons who go into being creatives or athletes or whatever aren't going to be successful forever. So, what is the other percentage going to do?
Yeah,
So, it's good to have like a fallback.
definitely.
What would you say are some of your greatest accomplishments?
You know, the first major accomplishment would be me being able to do this full time. As simple as it may sound,
Yeah.
you
Deep.
know, to be able to create a business from scratch and create a network, create a market that it serves you every month. You're able to clear the bills. You're able to do the same thing
Live
I
on
do
your
as
own.
live on your own. Same as if I were to apply for JPS right there or anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm able to do that on my own. That's one of my major accomplishments. Outside of that, in terms of music, I'm also very proud of. So I do a lot of mixtapes,
Yeah.
and I'm proud
Bad girl
of.
summer.
Yeah, a whole lot of them, a whole list. Yeah, you don't know a couple of them,
Yeah, I do.
I'm proud of the reach that it has. And I put out mixes, I spend all of the money on them, I don't get $1 from my mixtapes. But when some people leave some comments, they're like, yo, this mix put me in this type of mood, or this mix made me so happy today. Like,
So not only reach but also influence.
influence for sure. But some people are
Because
so
reach is one thing, but
yeah, but influence is another. So I don't watch the numbers, I watch the impact. So if 10 people are impacted by something I do, I'm proud
feel
of that.
good.
I feel more than proud. And that to me is one of my greatest accomplishments. When I'm at a party and I say that I'm able through the music to lift somebody else's mood, put somebody in a good mood, that's another great accomplishment for me. Just being able to do the job itself, night to night,
Yeah.
major accomplishment. In terms of events done and all of that, definitely proud of that too. I played all over Jamaica. I'm proud of that. I played overseas too. Definitely proud of that. And I plan to expand, plan to do some more, plan to definitely do some more tours and all of that. So I'm just proud of everything, to be honest. Everything is a major accomplishment to me.
Alright. So what's a day in the life for Langley? Like
Day in the-
from your wake up? What time do you get up? What do you do? I mean, you don't have to tell me when you brush your teeth or not, but just as detailed as possible, as necessary.
So for me, I try to start my day at like 9:30. I used to wake up late, like 12, 1 o'clock, and I
Yeah,
tell myself,
DJ life.
it can't work. No, it
Brother
can't
probably
work.
has, your brother probably vex about that too.
Yeah,
You know, wake up late in the house.
My father, I hate that. And my father's a man wake up from 6 o'clock.
Yeah, crack
So,
down.
cracker down. So when him see you wake up at 12, man, he's like, what kind of life you living?
Yeah,
You
like,
know?
yeah.
The day done. But for me, I try to start my day at 9:30 now. My day, a lot of my days consist of research, which a lot of people don't see. They just see the finished product. They say when you come to the party, oh, you look cool, you put on your laptop,
What's
press
like
some
music
buttons.
research?
Yeah, man.
When you go into that though, tell me, what does that entail?
Alright, you see, being a multi-genre DJ, I have at least 10 genres that I need to keep up to date with every week.
Okay.
Because the amount of music that comes out every day, you'll be surprised. And you know, with the advent now of TikTok and how we consume music on a fast pace.
And what can be music? What can be classified as a song?
Exactly. You know what I mean? So if something come out Friday morning and I have an event Friday night,
Autoplay.
believe me, somebody will come and say, oh, you don't have the massacre we drop
Yeah. Generation of Kings.
6:30 p.m. and the event is 8 o'clock. Oh, you don't have that and I drop an hour ago?
Wow. Like, what are you doing?
I thought you were a DJ.
Yeah.
You know, so in terms of that now, I have a schedule that I set, a plan also every day. I have 2 genres that I look into. You know, so whether it's reggaeton, Afrobeat, dancehall, R&B, hip hop, soca, reggae, souls, the list goes on and on. So a major part of my day is the research. Outside of that, I do live mixing too. You know, just to stay sharp, just to ensure that you're always practicing. You know.
So you're at home, you build up your little.
Yeah, man.
You just DJ to yourself.
Yeah, man. At home. Yeah, at home. Yeah, trust me. I create scenarios where, like, I'm like, all right, let's say I go to party tonight and it's beer, man. But I plan to play like for the girls. And what do I do? And then I might build out some crates. Crates is what we call them, like a collection of songs. You know. And I'm not one who goes to a party with a pre-planned playlist. So you can't do that. You have to go with an open mind.
Because you don't know what you're going to book up
You never ever know what you're going to do. You know. So even things like that, you know, just to prepare yourself mentally. Where if you get this crowd or you get that crowd or you get that type of crowd, how do you navigate, how do you adjust? So that's it for me in terms of the days. So it starts with my research, goes into my planning, and you see, because I take on every aspect of the business also,
like management too.
the management, the network, the marketing. So I take the calls. I still have to play admin. I have to send out the invoices. I have to prepare the contracts. Like, there's so much that goes into it for me.
Thank God for ChatGPT though.
You know, you give me a good idea. You know, I need to look into that. I really
You should. I heard it's really good.
Yeah. I need to look into that. But for me, my entire day is music. My entire day. From the planning of the sets to the research, like I say, to taking on the admin part of it, the marketing, the networking, taking the calls, all of that. Some days after I do all of that, I don't even get to mix the music. You know, it's just like, you know. Yeah. Outside of that, just with staying fresh, staying up to date. Maybe I might make some remixes one day. Just things to always keep yourself sharp because it's a competitive industry. You have to be on top of your game. So that's in summary.
Your day.
What
And then
I
you
did.
play.
And then I'll play.
Where are you a regular though? Like if somebody wants to, are you like at any spots? Like, you know, every Thursday I'm here or every...
Oh well, I mean it varies, but I have, you know, you have like series that are every week or so forth. So I'm by Jangas a lot, XO Fridays, Reddies. Those are like the main spots for me on a weekly. And it varies with the night. Sometimes Wednesday, sometimes Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But those are like the main spots in Kingston right now that I'm doing. I used to play at Mecca a lot too. I play less now. Yeah.
All right, I have a question. Well, I have 2 questions. First question is, because you do scenario, creating, like creating scenarios to see what your response would be. That's very good actually. That management studies again, because they have the thing like if this should happen, like a case analysis or whatever.
Yeah.
This is an issue I think a lot of persons have with DJs sometimes. I know you guys are trying to stay fresh and modern, so there are certain songs that you have to play.
Right.
But then sometimes it just feels like I'm listening to the same thing over and over. which is rare because a lot of persons that go to parties, they don't really go for the whole. So like, them would go midway and to the end,
Yeah,
so they wouldn't know what play before or whatever. But
yeah.
like, how do you assess the situation in terms of going to the event, and is it that you go before and kind of listen what the other piece, what the vibe is before you or whatever, or you just reach on me for reach and just anything me play?
Alright. I have a rule, right? 1 hour before my set, I should be there. Another rule that I have is I'd no longer take more than 2 events per night if it's a 4 to 5 hour night. Because once you do that, you run yourself the risk of reaching to a party right before you're supposed to play. That is a big no-no for me. Big no-no. Because
You kill the crowd.
yeah, how do
kill
you
the
know
vibe.
how do you know what the crowd wants? You just come, you don't get to observe, you don't get to analyze, you don't get to say, oh, the DJ before you played that, and then the crowd was a two feeling that, so
Yeah.
maybe you can go next type of segment, type of vibe. So that's just those are 2 general rules for me. 1 hour before my set, I must be there. And never take more than 2 events per night. Definitely. Because you run yourself the risk of just not being able to properly present your set to the people, which I take very important. You know? For sure.
Alright. My other question for you is the how do I phrase this? The state of dance hall now. Like in terms of remember we were talking about TikTok and what's fresh and modern and
Yeah.
like what people classify as
As
a
a
song
song,
or a hit.
Yeah.
Like, do you think we're going in the right direction, or what do you think?
My honest view for somebody who grew up around the best of dancehall, in my opinion, some people doing it right, but you see, technology and ease of access is a good and a bad thing because I can just buy a laptop now and call myself a producer. I just download the
Digital
programs,
garage,
whatever the case is, Fruity Loops,
Garage
Pro
Band.
Tools, or I can buy a laptop and say I'm a DJ, or I can buy a mic and a laptop and say I'm an artist. But there's a problem with that because the barrier to entry now is so low that anybody can put out anything and it's classified as a song. You could have do that back then. You know, if you ever sit down with a 90s dancehall artist or early 2000s, and they tell you when you go studio, you know, it's like an audition. You want to get on the rhythm.
I remember spoke to Sean Paul.
Talk to Sean. There we go. You're in a studio with 10 other artists, and them listening to you. So you have to come with your A game. It's a completely different environment now.
Just make a song, put it on
Yeah.
TikTok,
And
blow
you're
up,
just
and
gone.
biggest artist alive.
And that's another problem that I have, where I feel like because of social media now, it gives a false sense of hype.
Yeah, in reality.
Because you're watching the views and you think you're a big artist. You're not even, you're barely an artist. you put some lyrics together. And that's it.
And ChatGPT does that too.
And ChatGPT can do that, you know what I mean? So I would say that to answer your question, overall, I don't think we're going overall, like I said, there are some artists who are doing it properly. But overall, I don't feel like dancehall is going in the direction that it can. Coming from the 90s, seeing the power and influence of 90s dancehall, early 2000s dancehall, even up into 2010, that type of, that era. Yeah, I feel like Afrobeat is doing what we should do. And, all the other genres are doing it. And it's like dancehall is just getting the...
What effect do you think artificial intelligence has on creativity now? Or not even as a DJ or in music, just creativity on a whole. Because as I was saying to you before, ChatGPT can write lyrics.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna affect creativity on a whole?
I think artificial intelligence, if it's not used properly, will definitely dampen creativity. And not to stray too much, but I mean, I've heard like even teachers then talk about like children not thinking anymore because you just go on like a ChatGPT and you're typing and the homework is done. So when we used to go to school now, we used to have to actually do the work and actually think.
Critical thinking
is
lost.
It's lost.
Like if you went to uni and you did foundation or that, 11 or
I
one
think
or
one,
one,
yeah,
one,
that, yeah,
something.
one,
That
yeah,
is the hardest course I've ever done in my life.
exactly, exactly.
I kid you not.
Yeah, so that element is kind of being lost right now, and I think on the creative side, it's definitely gonna affect it, you know. But like I said, if used properly, it can enhance,
Enhance.
you know. So I would say just don't skip the foundation, don't skip the work, don't skip the studying, don't skip the preparation, don't skip the research. Use artificial intelligence now to enhance it. But a lot of people just want to skip the line and just use the artificial intelligence, and then I mean it's gonna show. You're gonna be
Yeah,
exposed after a while.
it's so like the other day I was in class and somebody was doing a presentation and like my group members were like, it's
Yeah,
giving chat GPT. It's
exactly,
like
exactly.
straight from regurgitation
Mhm.
at its best.
Yeah.
Question: top 5 songs of 2023 for you?
Wow.
Hard, I know.
You probably have to go by genre, but
No,
no,
I'm giving
exactly.
you like
Just
top
top
five.
five. Top five songs of
Like,
2023.
what do you have on repeat? Not necessarily playing, but listening to.
You know, funny enough, a lot of the music I play that's not what I listen to.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said,
R&B.
Afrobeats, you know, because I don't want to hear what I have to play every day. I promise you.
Oh, I feel you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I try to actually stay clear from that, you know, so that when I'm playing, it still feels a little bit fresh. I don't want to be listening Massacre Tyrant all day. And then when I'm playing at 12 o'clock in the night, it's like,
What do you think of the album? Generation of
tough, tough.
The music, like the
Massacre is
instrumentals
my
on it,
artist. Yeah.
the
No.
instrumentals on it are
Massacre
like
Dome
not
is-
dancehall.
No.
Like
Massacre
if you
Dome
listen
is-
to it,
yeah. Massacre Dome is,
yeah, he doesn't.
Massacre is one of the artists them relatively young artists who definitely do it properly. Definitely do it properly. You know. So top five. Alright, let me say top
Sweat.
five in terms of
Water.
reception. Crowd reception.
Oh, all right, you
Let
can
me
go with that. I wanted your top 5 because I
Oh.
wanted your favorites.
My favorites.
Yeah,
Uh,
like your personal
my
favorites.
personal favorites. Yeah, I listen to so much music. Well, what else I love this year? Feel like I'm gonna need a second to think.
Insert Jeopardy.
Let me see.
Final round music.
I'm not gonna lie. Alright, you see on the dancehall side,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like every time Massacre put out a song is my favorite.
All right, so all of his songs.
Yeah, I feel like Massacre, I can just relate to Massacre.
Like
Whether-
emerging him know.
him know. Whether they're in a hustling mood, whether
Yeah.
they're in a hurt mood, whether Massacre. You know? So I can say Massacre is my artist then for 2023.
Yeah, all right, that's
Can't
what
really
I
say
asked
that.
though.
Nah, let me say that. Let me say that first. Top five this year. Yeah,
All right, let me
take a
not say
commercial
5. Just give me some songs that you liked this year, then I'll make it a little easier.
break. All right. And that's a lifestyle I just come out the other day for Massacre too. Yo, Chronic Law to by the way. Chronic Law. No, it won't be this year still, but MT is definitely one of my favorite songs. All the time. Big up DJ Mac on that too, you know.
Yeah.
Produced that. What else? Burna Boy, Alone. That was on the last album too.
Yes, that song is dope. I love it.
Yeah, you know I love the next one in the two with Ed Sheeran, For My Hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One more.
Mainstream, but I'm not gonna lie, Tyler did kind of find it with the water still.
Yeah, I've been saying it because you sang
she
it
find it.
earlier.
Yeah.
So
She find it,
she find it. She did. She did.
She find it with that too, man.
I think she's doing great
yeah,
with
yeah.
that, and I hope she continues. I hope she builds on her momentum.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
before we go, well, we're gonna close off with you singing "Water" again, but before we go, I'm gonna ask you to give some advice to, creatives. Like, I don't want you necessarily make it DJ specific. Well, you can do general, but you can make it DJ specific as well. Creatives who want to step outside, becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable, the whole thing. What advice do you have to those persons?
Yeah, first and foremost, commit to your craft. Commit to your craft. I feel like I just starting to take my career seriously. After,
At 40.
yeah, you know what I mean? Years later. And when I say take my craft seriously, I mean, you see the same dedication that we give to our 9 to 5s, and you see how we're on time for work, and you see how
Most of us.
we got most of us, and we got overtime for work. I'm starting to do that now for myself, the first in my career. You know what I mean? So I would advise anybody. That's the first thing. Commit to what you're doing. In terms of being uncomfortable, just know that if this is what you really want to do, you're gonna make the sacrifices necessary. You know what I mean? And what I try to do is think of what would my life be if I weren't doing this. And then I remember waking up at 6:30 to go to my when I
Hello,
have
this
to
is.
work, because, yeah, yeah,
Give it
like,
again, please. Please, just go one more time. Just one more time.
I go again. Oh yeah.
Thank you for.
Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling First Union Financial Union Express. Good morning. You're speaking with Daniel. How may I assist? I promise you. I remember doing that every single day, and that keeps me going, and that makes me always be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because I never want to go back to that. Never ever
Comfort.
ever. Yeah, never ever ever. But my another advice I would give to just creatives on a whole is, like I said, when I say commit and taking your business seriously, represent your business like any other top business you'd see, and brand. You know, that's a major part in selling your business. Outside of that too, I'd say find a selling point.
USP.
Find a
Unique
selling
selling
point,
point.
yep. Because there's a creative on every corner right now, like I said. There's a photographer everywhere, there's a videographer everywhere, a
Everybody's doing
DJ,
YouTube.
artist, YouTube. So find a selling point. Spin the wheel. When people say, oh, do something new, technically you're not doing anything new. You're just spinning the wheel. You know? You're doing something
Because
that
you're
maybe
not
somebody
reinventing
didn't.
the
You're not
wheel.
no, you're not reinventing the wheel. I'm doing something now that I'm sure a DJ probably did 10 years ago. Reinvent the wheel and always have your selling point. So for me, you know, people call me the girl and DJ. You know,
That's
and
your USP.
that's my USP. You know, yeah, I play every genre, but that's definitely my USP. So a lot of promoters will book me just for that, and it works for me. You know what I mean? So I would say those are some of the main advices I give to to creatives. Yeah, that's what I would say.
All right. So we want to thank you for coming
Thank you for
here.
having me.
Guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to head over to his page, all his socials, Laing D the DJ. That's Laing D with a D, THE DJ, because he's still an uptown boy, so he had to say THE the DJ. And we want to thank you again for coming out. Thank you guys for watching, and we are going to end with him singing Water.
No. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that?
Or we can just copy and paste from
Why
the
would it-
from
why
the
would
top.
we do that?
No, you are getting a chance to
I'm no
reinvent
singer.
yourself and sing it over.
I tell you, I won't be
So,
honest.
or you want me put it? You want me put back? But before you go, what's future for you though? What can we look out
For
yeah.
me now, like next year now,
Mhm.
actually I want to get into production. I
Wait.
definitely-
We're in 2024, by the way.
we're in 20.
Yeah, because
So this year,
Yeah.
So this year, production. Outside of production, I have plans to host an event this summer for the ladies. Something special. That's all I can say right now.
All right. So you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
you tell somebody else.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Something special for the ladies this summer. Just an experience. That's definitely what we're looking for this year.
I'm producing.
And producing.
Laing D the producer.
Lendy the producer.
All right.
And so you can definitely look out for it.
All right, you heard it here first. Look out for producing, look out for the events, and again, thanks for coming through. And we go out with Laing D the DJ singing
Thank you for having
Water.
me. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Give me a next one.
A joke, man. You're good. You have the hook. You just copy and paste and put it here.